Yo, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Delonte Freeman. This is S.M.B Fitness, and in today's video I want to explain to you, and not just explain to you, but I want to talk to you about staying out of trouble. And the title of this video is how to stay out of trouble, with fitness and calisthenics, so I want to, before we get into that, I want to, tell you a story about a kid that I know personally. Good kid, right? How he led himself, to almost being in some trouble, but how he decided to choose a better life with fitness and calisthenics, and it ultimately is promising for him. So the beginning of this story starts when his kid, got his first job. He felt like on top of the world. Felt like he was on top of the world. His mother has given him his first car. So now he's mobile with money, with no bills, right? And no responsibilities. 16-year-old kid. Now this kid is just, free to roam the world, right? Obviously his mother and, he got a curfew with his mom and stuff like that. But the kid is just a kid. He's a kid, so he's gonna disobey that curfew time, especially because he got a little bit of freedom now. So he's just touching and doing different things, right? And with freedom comes trouble, right? That's why we got a set of rules, when dealing with God in the Bible. That's why we call things sin, because freedom, which is without rules, that comes with trouble, right? So fitness ultimately saved this kid, right? But let's get into the story. So the kid is just, he's running around with it like a chicken with a head cut off, just running around wild, just doing things and, doing a lot of different things. I won't get into the logistics and the details of what this kid is doing, but just know that this kid chose a wrong life, a wrong path, right? Smoking a lot of weed, a lot of street activity, like street life stuff. And then one day, this kid he lost a friend, right, to the streets, and it ultimately made this kid look at life differently, okay, losing his first friend. But not only that, this was just a childhood friend. It wasn't like they was kicking it or real close at the time, but they grew up together, so it was like, okay, I lost him and he did this street stuff, so it's kind of like that's what his mindset was at the time. It made him think, which is a good thing. Thought is always beautiful. It's always good to think. Don't never let nobody tell you that you're overthinking or there's such thing as overthinking. No, you need to think until you come up with answers. That's how a lot of the great minds and a lot of the great people come up with a lot of great inventions. They think. You have to think, bro. Never be afraid to use your mind. Yes, your mind may be overwhelming at times. That's why you need to meditate on the word of God. Go for walks, talk to yourself, do all the things to be sane again. But yes, think. Never stop thinking. So this made this kid think, man. And as the kid was thinking, he just kept going down that path of street life and activity until one of these days he felt like he was next. He felt like he was either gonna go to hell or jail, but more than likely he was going to die, because that's all that comes with the street life. It's just death, really, essentially, whether it be killing your spirit or your mental, or just actually physically death. But it's real death in the streets, right? It's no life, it's no love, it's every man for themselves, and it's dangerous, right? So remember what I said in the beginning. The kid had a lot of freedom, right? He had no responsibility, no rules, no discipline, no set of nothing to live by, no purpose. But so he felt like he was losing it all, like he was about to be next, in a dying cycle. So he gave his life to God and gave his life to Christ. He found the Lord, and from there, the kid was dealing with a lot of mental torment at that time because he was going through a lot of stress, a lot of guilt, a lot of everything. And the kid just stumbled across fitness, right? One day he just started doing push-ups and like, oh, okay, I kind of feel good. This is something that I need, right? Because it gives a person that discipline, that purpose, that motivation, that drive to be something other than who you are and what you are going through, right? Just because you're going through something bad don't mean you have to stay there. You got to keep moving, right? So the fitness just ultimately kept him moving. It kept him doing something. It kept him distracted from his mental torment that he was going on in his mind. And at the time, the kid would just work out and talk to himself and pace back and forth in his room, or walk and talk to himself outside doing push-ups. And he would spend a lot of his time alone, reading the word of God and just getting his mind back right, because he's going through a lot of things, and then eventually the kid will lose another friend, right? So it just goes to show you that if the kid would have stayed in that street life, that his life would have just been taken from him. He got out at the right time when he was feeling empty, or he felt that feeling, right? So fitness is very important, bro. Fitness is very, very important. Fitness is very important, bro. It'll save your life, essentially. It'll save you from the mental torment, right? Because it gives you purpose. A man without purpose distracts himself with pleasure. A man without purpose has no destination. A man without purpose is empty and lost and living a vain life. Fitness gives you purpose. Every day you look in the mirror and you say, what can I perfect? Right? And you just do 100 push-ups, and then you look in the mirror again, and now your chest got this pump. And you're like, oh, okay, wait, that look good. It's bodybuilding at the end of the day. You just building your body. You building something. It gives you purpose, bro. Fitness is very important. Not only for the mind, the body, but for the spirit. It's good for your soul, because it gives that soul the push, right, and the authority over the body, right? And your spirit needs authority over the body in order to actually operate, right? Think about it. When you doing push-ups and you on that last rep and it hurt, but you tell yourself, this the last one, I gotta push through. That's your spirit telling your body you can do it, and your spirit gains authority. The stronger your spirit becomes, the stronger you are to obey God. The stronger you are to living, actually, The spirit wants the best for you, but the flesh wants the worst. Think about it. Your flesh want to eat them cookies. Your flesh want to just watch TV, but your spirit be like, come on, man, we got to build a business. We got to do something for the future. We got to go. So it's like you constantly fighting the fight, right? But working out builds that spirit, man. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. This is how you stay out of trouble with fitness, man. And just in case you guys were wondering, that story was about me, man. That story was about me. This is actually my story, and I'm still here to tell you today, I wouldn't be here if I didn't make that decision, to get up out of that, change my life, do something differently. But I did, and I'm here today telling you and talking to you right now. And I'm grateful of every moment of it. Now look at the opportunities ahead of me. I'm at 400 subscribers, and I've gained it all in 3 weeks. I had a channel before, right? 1,500 subs, right? I had a landscaping business, still got the LLC, still got the business, essentially. Making pretty good money with that. I had a training business. I had my first client. Just to let you know that there's more life out there, and fitness can change that all for you. That being said, though, man, my name is Delonte Freeman. Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life, and I'm out.